We're going to get rocking and rolling today. We're going to sand the hood off. And basically what I want to do is I want to get outside. It was raining a little earlier. The race car's kind of backed off. I had the opening of the door for a little bit. Got the hood. I have glazed it down with body fill. I thinned it down. If you've not seen that one, I did the exact same thing I did to the fiberglass. I did to the body fill. I just kind of thinned it down so it'd run on there quite thin. It's all hard. I want to bust it off now and show you how I'm going to bust it off. You can think about how you would bust it off and compare if you'd like, or you can just watch me go. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take right now, I'm going to go with the 40 first because I've got a lot of little rough stuff on it there. The 40's an old one. Basically, what I want to do is I want to smooth it all off. This is a flood that I put on, and I want to see one playing field. And when I hit metal, I have to stop. Other than that, it's just continue on. So let's see how fast we can get it done. Let's see how fast we can do it. Jolene looks amazing today. She looks amazing today. She keeps me young, boys. She keeps me young. It was pretty close before. I had one spot there, and a couple little spots I could have just put a little mud in, sand it off, and went for it. But the reason I did this because there were so many pinholes in the filler that I really had to coat it again. And basically this is my second time coating it. This is my second time coating it. Want to get out of there for a little while, take some off, try to get rest of the playing field coming down the same way. I'm going to take this right to primer, and I'm going to see how fast I can do it. holding this thing flat all the time, not tipping it. Hey, stepped on the cord. Hello, Fina. Hey, Fina. How you doing? Not bad. Just doing a video right now.
Doing a video now?
Yeah. You're gonna come back later?
I just need that soldered or welded if you put some bronze. I got my truck door burner up here. Got the Burnells.
Yeah.
Can't fix them. We can't find the line.
What do you need done?
I thought if I could get it brazed.
Why can't I weld it?
Well, that's what I mean, but
Yeah. I'm gonna fix this. I got 3 little holes in there. He wants it fixed. I'm gonna fix it.
see, we went up. You know Burnell.
Yeah, oh yeah, don't matter.
Try to fix one side, but you can't easily go get the replacement part.
Yeah.
Bugger to get pulled.
I think this will be. I think this will be easy. So, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I stopped in Bernie's, was almost next door. I actually got it made. I wouldn't raise it, but he hasn't had his torches for years. He said. Done too many electric welds.
This is basically probably easier than getting the old torches ready. Maybe the only thing harder about this is getting the cords unwound.
Well, you got it made then. I'll plug it in. It was all plugged in.
That's yeah. Pair of glasses. Wonder where my glasses are, sweetheart? Huh?
Right there.
I got them. Pair of glasses.
I've been watching your progress.
Oh, cool. See if I can hit that without missing. Getting glasses on. Wonder how thin that is, or how I should weld rod that. Haha. That's so thin. Oh my lord. Just hit that like that. Boom, hole in it. That's that thin. Alrighty. This is what I'm gonna do now. That's too big. How that? All right. One more there. See right there? Probably getting the hose going over top of that. Cool. There must be a hose clamps over top of that, is it, Brian?
Exactly. We couldn't get it down to that far. We saw the 2 higher ones, but we never seen the 3rd lower one or whatever. So I thought we were in the woods. I called Bumper to Bumper, called down, said Auto Choice, and somebody else.
It might be hot. Grab that piece. There you go, man. All right, back to my video.
How much are you?
Nothing.
I got an old four-wheel drive down there. You know, first focus, if anybody wants it. Four-wheel drive still works good and all that shit.
Has it got, what's it got? Automatic transmission or standard? Okay. Right on, man. Have a good one. You must admit, if I'm holding that flat, it's got to make the panel flat, you know? I'm going to get a new pad here in a minute. The guy I just fixed the little pipe for used to be a neighbor of mine for many years. He's probably seen me grow a little bit. Just a little bit. .40 grit, still going that 40 grit. I'm not to the metal anywhere yet. I'm one place on top of the hood, I'm at the metal, and I'm not going any further there. I'm going to play with it by hand for a bit before I do that. I like to use the air gun to get these off, just because it heats the glue up a little bit, makes it come off. Usually if you don't do this, you end up with a big mess on your DA, and it's hard to get off when you're picking at it, wasting time. But I just keep this rocking and rolling, and then I can use it at any time. Peels off nice, and we'll use this for hand paper. Piece of 40 grit. Let's put a new piece on. Give her some more. Let's see how fast we can get this done. Let's get her done. Just looking for metal as I'm sanding it, trying to take it all down. And the reason I'm going to the ocean floor is I want the least in as possible. Just because it looks nice doesn't mean I stop. Continue on. Got a little metal showing over here. Going slow over top of this. I don't want to whack my sandpaper on that. It takes the edge off. I don't want to do that. Metal showing, metal showing. Metal showing. You can be the best metal man in the world, but without a good body man, your car's not going to look that good. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. It's not going to look that good. Reason I'm going so fast because I am on the angles where I can burn through. If you know, just like it would be just like buffing paint, you would make sure you try to get off that. You know, you wouldn't stay on there all day. No, I got a little metal showing there. Don't like that. But all right, let's go to the other side. I want to cut. I'm going to move this down here a little bit. Metal already. Hitting metal and just got to the bottom flood. Perfect. Worked out great. There's a little spot I was worried about there, but worked out great. My baby looking good today. Oh yeah, my back. I feel like I'm doing the dishes again. Going for it. Not bad, not bad. Metal. I do not have any 80 grit for my DA. We were looking for that earlier, do not have it. I have some for the big 10-inch. I'm going to blow this off. I want to buff down the center. Just want to continue on, try to finish it, you know what I'm saying, baby? Just try to continue on. I'm going to grab a piece of boat roller. Hey, Fina! Fina's the dog. Yeah. I have a low spot there in the ocean. That's the only one, or a low spot in the flood, the only one I have. See what happens after I do this. Just want to get almost to the end before I put something in it. Put something in it and then have to go back and do it again with somewhere else. Well, keep going, showing metal. And that can be ground off because that's ramrod. That's Jolene's ramrod. Can I get up on there, baby? I'll get up there with you. How's that? Go down this side, go down that side. Down to the metal in the center on the peak, which is good. Using the boat roller because it's got that round shape and it's straight. And it's giving me this angle without any problems. Giving me the angle without any problems. Not talking back one bit. Good stuff. And the other side. 40 grit. I'm not using nothing right now, but 40 grit, getting her in shape. And I wouldn't want to use anything less because it'd be too hard to sand. I got good metal underneath there, so I can chase it right to the metal if I got filler to take it down with. I can chase it right to the metal if I want to. But that's the end. That feels good. Not touching that no more. That no more. Right in the metal on that. Metal on that. Alrighty. Now I'm going to take a piece of 80 grit, go over the whole thing. 80 grit. I like to get the stuff that I like the 6-inch for the 80 grit, but this is what I have and I'm going to use it. This is what I have and I'm going to use it. I can feel anything with my hand. If it don't feel good, I can feel it. Oh, sorry for that, sweetheart. I ain't bumping cars. Nobody I'd want to bump into than you. Getting it scrubbed down. No scratches out of it. Crisscrossing it. Making the sandpaper work. Didn't really want to get it on the DA, on the big DA again. And I'll tell you the reason why. Is because when I did it with the 40 grit, it was straight. I don't want to straighten it out anymore. I just want to take out some scratches. Basically, that's what I'm doing with the 80 grit. Taking out some scratches and rounding some things off. Not really shaping much. Doing it with my hand. I've already shaped it with the DA. And I don't want to mess it up. Now, when we get this primed, then we can guide code it and then we know what's going on. You know, for the best. Right now, this is just a guess. I'm guessing it's good. I'm seeing very little pinholes. Very little pinholes. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. That's what I done that extra coat for, was to get all them pinholes. I'm going to blow that off again, sweetheart, just get the dust out of the way so I can sand it good. Clean the icicles after. Clean the icicles off after. I flipped upside down. Icicles are what are hanging on the filler underneath. Just going to buff these off right now. I can take more off the edge if I want to. I'd rather leave some of the filler up there. I can aim it down a little bit if I want to, make it a little thinner. Yes, I can, because it has nothing to do with how straight it is, but I'd rather leave that there for when I match it up to the cowl. I'll have something to play with. And that's why the round rod's there too. I'll have something to play with. But anyways, basically, after I clean the icicles off it all the way around, just like on the edge here, I just clean the icicles all the way around. That would be ready for primer. I call that ready for primer. It's 40-80 prime. That's what it is. 40-80 prime. 40-80 prime. 40-80 prime. Right? 40-80 prime. If I went any further with that, any finer paper on that, I'd be just making a boo. That feels really straight, really nice. I'm down to metal. It's thin in so many places that it's like I'm happy with it. I got a little place right up there that I prime it and see what happens. And do not forget, when I go to prime this, then again, I would put lots of product on that. I prime that 5-6 times. Prime that. Just prime it 5 or 6 times, 15 minutes in between. But that would give me lots of product to block it first with 220 or guide coated. Sorry, I want to back up a little bit. After I prime it, 5 or 6 times, I would do all the pinholes with filler with my finger or whatever. I'd do all the pinholes first because that's when you can see them the best. I'd do that first, I'd fix them all, then I'd guide coat it, block it with 220, guide coat it, block it with 400. If I want to go base clear, I block it, or guide coat it, block it again with 600, and clear it. 400, you could urethane it, but basically that's where I'm going. How long did it take me, sweetheart?
45.
Yeah! 40-80 prime. All right, let's give away a hat or a shirt. Let's give away a hat or a shirt. Oh, and don't forget, we did a good deed besides. Nothing to it, what? Where's the thing at? 40-80 prime. 40-80 prime. You will not forget. 40-80 prime. I find if you go with the finer sandpapers, it generally doesn't do much for you. The 40 grit is where you want to be with that old filler. That's where you want to be with that stuff. And you see me walk that hood off in 45 minutes. If your worker come back to you and said, I got the hood done, you know what you'd say? Go get the trunk lid. $372 comments. Thank you very much, everybody. We appreciate all comments and all aspects of the game. This is what we're doing. YouTube's helping us out and Facebook's helping us out, so we need the comments to prosper. We want to thank everybody for that. I got a gift yesterday, and I'm really taken back and overwhelmed. Not taken back and overwhelmed with it because how nice they are. I don't know his name. He told me his name, forget his name. He's a truck driver, I know that for sure. But he's a fan. And he gave me this, the Flying Goddess. And the two ladies. Yeah, nice chrome, eh? Really enjoyed that. It was a very nice gift. I'm going to find out the name again and I'll throw you a shout out because you were thinking of me and I want to think of you and get your name right. But anyways, I want to appreciate it very much. What's that now, sweetheart? Yeah, I want to give, Chisholm? Doug Chisholm. I want to thank Doug Chisholm for some license plates. You know what I mean? Just dropped them in and give them to me. Can't ask no better than that. You know what I did? I shot a little crown on them. And then I'll put them up on the garage wall. A little crown there will give a little bit of, color back in them. But I enjoy old plates, and I want to thank you very much. Appreciate it. It was a nice thought. Very nice thought. 372 comments? Did you press it yet? Red liver. I said that right?
Yep.
Red liver. The difference between bodywork and restoration is cost. Restoration and bodywork. In most cases, you never have to restore a car unless you are working for Jay Leno types, millionaires. Well, you're right. I agree with you 100% there because, you know, when a car comes into the shop here, or when a car ever come into the shop here before, you know, and something didn't look that good, I realized what was going on is that car was never meant to be restored. That car was being fixed to stay on the road by somebody that did not want it restored, but yet repaired. It's nice. No, it's not nice. I've taught myself that for me to throw rocks at somebody else's work when I do not know the circumstances is wrong. I know that for a fact. Generally, what I try to do is stay in my own lane. But yes, there is a big difference. Restoration, you have to pay what the car says it needs. So if you need 67 Camaro taillights, there's no putting a 59 Edsel taillight in. You need a 67 Camaro taillight. And generally that can make the cost go up because you need them parts exactly to make it look like you want to. Also, it depends on how far you are going with it. You must understand, when you are restoring a car, you're not building it. You're tearing it apart, fixing it, and then building it. So you're actually doing three major jobs of that car that it does not start that way. You are tearing it apart, you are repairing the car, and then you are building the car. So you really must understand that there's 3 times the work when it comes to restoring a car. Let's face it, yeah, like big difference. I like this freedom of building a car this way because I keep the cost down. And it's fun to make something for mere nothing. When you're doing it, you're not overwhelmed with what you're spending on it, whether you're doing the right thing or not. I'm doing the right thing because I'm loving what I'm doing. I love you too, Jolene. But I'm loving what I'm doing because I am getting to create with freedom, which is me doing exactly how I feel, exactly what I want. And when you're able to do that, or if you have a little garage or a little welder, you're able to do that. And the more people realize that making something can be just as fun as buying something, yeah, there'll be a lot of happy people. I guarantee it, with, you know, just sticking something together with the welder. And that's what happened with me. Having no money caused me to get creative because I wanted to have an old car. I just couldn't muster up the money for the big dollar cars, could not do it. Had to do other things besides that, but I could try to make something like no one's ever seen before. And basically that's what I do. I enjoy making things that no one else has and that someone could only dream of, and I just make them come true, you know. And that's more or less why we call them dream cars, because basically that's what it is. You dream it up and then you go for it. All right, have a good day, everybody. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And you know, not everybody's going to work that hard on the hood, you know, to get it done every day. No, you're not. But there is a good pace that you can set up for yourself and make yourself happy with yourself. Yes, you can. And the faster you become, the better you'll get.